Hello, welcome back to Music Appreciation. I'm going to continue talking about preludes for piano. A prelude, like a prelude to a kiss, or a prelude to the afternoon of a faun, is something that precedes something else. But when composed by a French composer named Claude Debussy, it doesn't necessarily follow it with anything except the title. This is interesting that Claude Debussy in his two sets of preludes doesn't actually put the printed title at the top of the piece of the score. He places them at the end of the piece. So you actually have to play it, or at least turn the pages, to discover what it's about. Number 5 from the Preludes Book 1 is a piece about the hills of Anacapri, the island. And it's descriptive of a landscape and a joyous place, I presume. Claude Debussy, Prelude number 5, The Hills of Anacapri. A beautiful piece that's evocative of a mood or landscape. And these published in early 1900s, I believe in 1901 or 1910. Debussy was trying to create pictures or scenes in his music and was known as being a part of the Impressionist movement which did not adhere to necessarily the traditional harmonies and the forms of the day. And he uses in his different pieces different scales of whole tone and pentatonic scales and augmented chords and extensions that sound like they might be jazz harmony. In one of his most calm and beautiful and evocative preludes, The Girl with the Flaxen Hair, he evokes the scene in the pastoral setting of a girl, young and innocent, at ease on a beautiful day. This is The Girl with the Flaxen Hair by Claude Debussy. And the next preludes I'm going to play for you are by George Gershwin, who was known as a jazz and theater composer, popular songs, who also ventured into combining classical music with the sounds of blues and jazz. And his very flashy first prelude has a lot of syncopated rhythms and virtuoso playing, similar to the Rhapsody in Blue, which really was his first concert piece that combined classical music and jazz language. Second one I'm going to play for you is also based on jazz, or actually based on the blues. The second prelude by George Gershwin. This is the first prelude by George Gershwin, published in 1927. second prelude by George Gershwin is based on a blues. Thank you so much. If you're interested in hearing more preludes, I suggest the 24 Preludes by Frédéric Chopin, the 2 books of preludes by Claude Debussy, and also Dmitri Shostakovich wrote 24 preludes in fugues in honor of Bach, and they're really quite remarkable. A bit more modern and stark in style, but musically very varied and interesting. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next time.